Okay, I'm in too much pressure because I think I'm the only one between you and drinks. I saw some people go away, so I'll try to make it fast. All right. I'm personally disappointed that so less of you know what Paytm is, so I'm going to spend maybe 1 minute explaining about us. Okay, that's the usual India market shot that has to happen. We get more sympathy. Our company is actually 17 years old. Me and Vijay, we founded the company back in 1999. Since 17 years, we two nerds, and a lot more nerds than us, have applied our tech skills to different industries. We started with telecom, then we did that with marketing. We have done a content business. Then we did payments, and as of now, we are doing something in financial services. Paytm is our consumer arm. We actually started this in 2011. This is what took me from Canada to India, and then I came back in 2014. That number on the right, 1 billion transactions in that year, that's going to be 2.5 billion at least in this year. That's us, dominantly in India. And we started the Toronto office to do data sciences. I can say all the usual buzzwords. The fun part for me is that in March, we launched our app in Canada. So we do bill payments. I think a couple of weeks ago, we launched P2P payments. We reward you for everything and so on and so forth. I'll not pitch myself, I promise you. Okay. So I guess one of the objectives today was to share something that's inspired me. And obviously, I had a couple of ideas. And they're so cliche. I'll tell you, one of them is be fast as a startup, and the other one is build the right MVP. And they are such cliche items which you see in every blog post and from every wise guy out there. And the fun thing is that whatever quote you find to support it, you can actually find an opposite quote to support the opposite argument as well. So it's fun. But what I wanted to do was go through speed and explain how we do a few things. So I have a few examples. Today, by the way, we are 4,500 people, and I still think that we are pretty fast. I'll give you a few examples. We started the consumer business in 2011 when our board was vehemently against it. They hadn't seen a single company transition from B2B to B2C business. We had only $13 million in the bank account. And you want to build a consumer brand with that money? Like, get lost. Today, this morning, we actually approved something like $10 million in monthly marketing budget. So that's us. We've raised a little more than $1 billion after that. And this has helped. So we've come a long way. In fact, today, the B2B business doesn't even exist. We are just a consumer company. And this started in 2011. The consumer service, we had a domain name. You can go to the Internet Wayback Machine and see what the website looked like. Like I said, technology people, we figured that a few people were having a problem with reverse chargeback transactions. So whenever there's a credit card chargeback or a banking chargeback, it takes like 21 days sometimes. So we didn't know any better. We just said, hey, here is the money. It takes 21 days. So you know what? I'll just park it here, and we'll put it on the top right section of the homepage. And that became Paytm Cash, and it was a wallet. And people started adding money to that wallet because they felt that it was easier than a credit card. And roughly 6 months later, the regulator came to us and said, oh, hold on, what are you guys doing? You're keeping people's money, and that's too much money, and you need to have a license for it. So apply for the license. We applied by writing them a letter. Hi, Reserve Bank of India, please give us a license. I'm not kidding. This is exactly what we did. And they said, like, shut up, just come to Bombay, talk to us. And okay, this is what a license looks like, 150-page document. You have to have A, B, C, D sections. And then you said, okay, can I have a copy of the document? No, you have to write your own. My point is that through this, we've done a lot of products with speed. The first person in our company who joined, who knew anything about the credit card business, joined in February this year. Okay, he didn't even join for credit cards. Like, that guy just did that before. So he's in some of these meetings, and he teaches a bit about the credit card business. He's worked in Barclay, in Singapore, and Dubai, and he joins us in the Delhi team. And we learned something about credit cards. 2 months ago, he joined in February. 2 months ago, we've launched our credit card in India. when we wanted to launch the Canada app, we were actually planning for a particular date for launch. And the City of Toronto people were there in the office for something else. And they said, you know what, the mayor is planning a trip to Delhi. We should do something. Wait, what date is he planning? Oh, that doesn't match with our launch. It's like 10 days later. So we had this feature where we would do the India bill payments roughly 3 or 4 months out. So right there in the meeting, I actually invited everybody. Guys, City of Toronto is here. This is our moment to shine. 15 days from now, we have to have that feature as well that we had planned 3 months for. The mayor launched our app. You know, as I was walking over here, there was a beautiful idea to create a promotion code, TechTO. I actually slacked my team on the channel that, hey, we should do a TechTO promo code. $50, do any payment. After the payment, everybody here gets $50. Before I boarded the stage, I will get it done. So it'll be a 24-hour promo code. The reason I'm saying these examples is I take pride in the fact that we are so fast and that we can do these things at this speed despite being so-called a quote-unquote bigger company. This is my personal pet peeve. Most people, when I talk to, hey, this is a good idea, wow, they're all pumped up about it. So let's meet and discuss this and go to the next step. Yeah, how about next week? And it's so disappointing when they say next week. Why not right now? Why not tomorrow morning? It is so annoying. It's almost like people are not prepared for good things to happen to them. And if you ask them, what is it that you wanted to do right now? Well, I have promised somebody something. Okay, then do that. So, you know, your priorities actually decide what you become. You can enjoy the summer. We actually did not have a great summer by the traditional definition, but I can tell you we had a great summer. This is how we are different. I realize that I have done my 5 minutes already. So I can continue? Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. So I will skip to the next thing. The second thing I wanted to share was a minimal viable product. So many people say so many things, but I want to encourage everybody here who is building a product to think about why it could not be done in the way you want it. I told you earlier, we are a 6-year-old company. We have no idea about payments or financial services. I confused the acquirer and issuer words in the early part of my being the CEO of Paytm. Can you imagine we were a payments company, I slipped issuer and acquirer, and I didn't know what is a processor. However, we have launched so many products. Where do I start? We do QR code-based payments. Every shopkeeper over there does QR code payments. We do SoundPay. We do eye-verifying thingy, that logging, whatever thing. We sell gold for as low as 1 Indian paisa. Okay, you can buy and you can sell gold at. I'm sorry. That's true, but on the digital app, you can actually say you want to buy 1 rupee of gold or 1 paisa of gold, and we'll sell you that much of gold real time. When it reaches up to a gram, you can get free delivery. So people actually buy gold, and it's not hard to imagine that if the shopkeeper in front of you is okay, you could actually buy groceries with that gold, because we actually do real-time transactions. We do real-time transactions based on gold. People think that when you put money in a bank account, you should not get interest rate. When you put it in the GIC, you get slightly more interest rate. In India, the real interest rates are slightly higher, growth economy and all that. We actually offer a bank account, which we call a fixed deposit bank account. So you get the liquidity of a regular bank account, and you get the interest rate, which is a real interest rate of 4 to 5%. How do we do that? Because we just asked why a few times. Because we did not belong to that, I'm a banker, and I do this, and this is how it has been done. We got a banking license, and we just kept asking why. We, other than the very core system, which has to talk to some this compliance, that compliance, that compliance, where it's like a 10-year process to get that thing done, everything was built by us. So because it was built by us, we can withdraw money, we can add money, and we do it at will, and we do it at real time. P2P, why should it take that 2% surcharge or $2.5? We don't understand it. 2017, email goes from person A to person B for free, and we send money for free. Why should I bother? Now my time is really up. Okay. Thank you.
One question, because Harinder's going to come drink with us after, so you can ask more. So one question.
Am I? Okay.
No questions?
What is the TechTO code?
TECHTO. I think that's the one. Yeah, it should be that one.
I'm guessing it's a lot easier to operate, probably lower taxes and everything else.
Can you repeat the question?
Why did we come to
given that
Toronto? Was it the shops?
Yeah, you're basically Indian market, lower cost structure there, probably less hassle. Why Toronto?
Myth that I want to break. The average person's salary in India is cheaper than Canada. We pay more in Bangalore than in Toronto. Fact. We pay more in Bangalore and the same in Delhi as in Toronto. Fact. So we are not here for the money. Shred, we were not applicable because we are not a Canadian-owned something. So we didn't qualify for that something. So the reason we are here is, well, like most things in my life, this was beautifully planned. I just landed in Canada because I wanted to be here. And then I went to a few meetups, one like this, and I found that, wow, this is interesting. There are so many smart people here, and like so many things Canadian, they don't know how to celebrate it or even acknowledge it to themselves. So there is such an arbitration opportunity. So we said, you know what? So we said, let's set up shop here. And we got this office, just 4 people, 2-3 people to begin with, University of Waterloo. I used to work out of the libraries back then. And we started thinking with one problem, second problem, and over time, we figured that the stuff that we do over here is so kick-ass, so advanced. We do 15 million transactions a day. Finding fraud in those transactions is one of the problems that we do here. The kind of scale that we offer, people liked it, so they've come to join us. And then we said, okay, well, now we are 25 people, so maybe we can start off a business in Canada. Every company in West wants to go to East. Every company in East wants to go to West. So over here, people are impressed that 1.2 billion people, that's such a big market, I can make so much money. And they forget that an average cell phone bill that we pay in India is $2 a month. For that, the person gets 1 gigabyte of data a day, by the way. And when we come here, we are like, yesterday I got 500 users, but everybody paid $70 of cell phone bill. $70. When they make property tax payments, they make $450 average selling price. It's we started to the Indian team is so happy with us because in 14 days, I think after the first 2 months, I don't want to give you all my numbers, but in the first 3 months, we were roughly doubling the number of days, halving the number of days it took for us to reach $1 million. It reached like less than 2 weeks in the first 2-3 months. $1 million. Money moved through the system. We didn't even market because every person comes in and pays $400 average. So much money over here, we enjoy that. Even if there is only 35.